I wish the real world would stop hassling me. I wish the real world would stop hassling me. Anyway, so that's unrelated to what I'm talking about today. But I'm going to be talking about today my top 5 women's UFC fighters in history. Okay? And so let's just get into it. Who I think are the best. Yes, I know. There's probably going to be a lot of a disagreement on this. This is how I feel, and so that's that. Anyways, so let's get on to it. At number 5, I got Rose Namajunas. Now, I know that she was at, I put her on my top 10 fighters of all time. That was a favorites list because I've just really enjoyed her. She's a great fighter. As of late, she hasn't had the best of luck, but she was a great fighter at one point in time, and I think she still has the chance to be. And her striking is really good, and her other game is good as well, but she definitely is known for her striking, and I just appreciate her as a fighter, and I think she is a great fighter. And hopefully she rebounds and proves what I think. Anyways, number 4, we got Zhang Weili. She had lost to Rose Namajunas by knockout, and then she lost by split decision, and she has won every fight since then. She has dominated the division, and she's phenomenal on all aspects of her game, her ground game, her striking game, running through people like Carla Esparza and Amanda Lemos. Maybe not running through is an accurate description. It depends on the fight, but she's been doing phenomenal, and nobody has been able to figure out how to beat her after, I want to say, at least 4 or 5 fights since when she last fought Rose. And so it's just, she is phenomenal and well-rounded. Number 3, and this one is going to be controversial, but I have a very specific point on this, right? So my number 3 is Ronda Rousey. Why, right? She lost her last 2 fights. Her striking wasn't that great. The reason why I say that is because at the time she was so incredibly dominant against the women that she was facing, and they weren't all that, they were good fighters, right? She went through Miesha Tate, I believe, twice. I believe she went through Kat Zingano, and then she went through Sarah McMahon. That was one of the big ones. Here's the thing, right, is that the reason why I say that she is because of her takedown game. It's like, if she gets into a clinch with you, you're going for a ride. It's like the 2 girls that beat her by knockout and by keeping space, right? Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes, they kept space, right? Because if you get in on her, she's going to take you down and then she's going to submit you. And that's just how it went. And so she was just so incredibly dominant at that time. And I know people get tired of Joe Rogan and other people and announcers talking like, oh my God, she's so great, when she got starched by 2 people. But the thing was, it was based on reality. Is that sometimes it didn't make sense to me how she was able to just get up on them, and it looked like that the other person may have a better position, and Ronda just moves her hips around and then ends up on top. And that's why I say that. And of course, her striking was not that good, okay? But it did work. And when she was not trying to focus on being the best striker and stand with people, and she wasn't as cocky about it, and before she got into Fast and Furious and became really popular, right, she was a phenomenal fighter. And I don't think that should be discredited just because she maybe didn't train as much as she should have for her last 2 fights. Which, I don't know. She may have trained well for Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes is just freaking... I'll get to her later, but Amanda Nunes is awesome. Anyways, number 2, Valentina Shevchenko. She's probably one of the best strikers in women's UFC history. She just has a phenomenal understanding of that game, and her other game is decent too, but she is a great striker, and that is why she is my number 2 on this list, is her striking ability. Although, of course, the other stuff's great, and she's champ. And she's been able to lose her belt and get it back. And that's, I think, an important quality. Handling adversity and getting back at it and proving I'm not done yet. And that, to me, makes her a great UFC fighter. Number 1, Amanda Nunes. She just mauled through like everybody except for Juliana Pena on the first fight. She was a double champ, and she was just a phenomenal fighter. And so that's why she's my number 1. Nobody could come up with an answer for her. It felt like Khabib. Like, how are you going to beat her? Right? It was just that kind of situation. It's kind of how I felt about Volkanovski for a while. It's like, how do you beat this guy? It's almost getting irritating. I'm like, I want to see, like I attach to a fighter. I'm like, I really want them to win, right? And then they just step in there, and it's like, okay, everybody's got to go to the drawing board and figure this out. Like, how are you going to beat them? There doesn't seem to be a chink in their armor. She was a phenomenal fighter, and that's why she's my number 1. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Please like, comment what you thought of this video, comment what you thought of my picks, and subscribe. I will see you all later.